AMC is about to squeeze, and let me explain why. We've talked about how AMC tracks the S&P 500 and the S&P 500 tracks AMC, yet the SPY has been bloody red over the past couple of days, and AMC is holding up with just a few hammer candles, which we called out perfectly basing on that $9 level. Real quick, before I explain myself, I want to give a huge thank you to each and every one of you guys watching this video for 17,000 subscribers. It seriously means the world to me. The next step is 25K, so share the channel with anyone you know. Let's get there soon. Now, the SPY played through a September-October cycle that we have been tracking, and you can see an example back here from last October. The SPY hit a bottom, came back up, and then hit that relative bottom again, but a little bit further. It's sort of a fake out breakout to the downside, so institutions can scare people to sell so they can buy up at that very, very low level before the market gets another rally. This is what's happening right now, in my opinion. We are retesting that low a lot faster than I thought, and I have these levels drawn out at 412.65 and then around 409 or so for the SPY, but I think the SPY may just fake out under this level come Monday, Tuesday, under 420.80, come down a little bit lower, scare people off before getting that massive rally. And what a massive rally would mean for AMC is a lot of volatility and large moves to the upside, because both times we ran in January and in June, we saw the SPY start rallying hard right after. It's almost as if institutions got that heads up that the market is going to start ripping and you got to start getting out of these risky positions. And I think the same thing is happening with AMC. This is the AMC setup back in January that we've been tracking, hitting this resistance level, getting a hammer candle before breaking out of this. And I think AMC is hitting that right now, hitting this resistance level, getting these hammer candles before breaking right out of this. And I think we're going to break out this week to the upside. Plus, this volume is decreasing, which is exactly what I wanted to see. You saw the same thing back here, this decrease in volume before popping even higher. And I think AMC is about to get a nasty rip coming into this point of interest as well. Watch 10.75, $11.70, and then $13.25. Those three levels are the first three levels AMC has to smash through, and I think we're going to do just that. On top of that, we closed this week with 30,000 calls expiring in the money, so a gamma ramp from the week before last week plus a gamma ramp from last week, depending on how many end up exercising on Monday, could lead us into a gamma ramp this week and just get things started. On top of that, more people are betting bullish this week on AMC as well. They are still stacking short exempts for the amount of volume that we have. They are loading up kind of a lot of short exempts, so market makers are going to keep this thing down as best as they can. However, the SPY ripping will be their fate, in my opinion, because you can't control the entire market. Now, huge news for AMC. Dane Cook said, "Let AMC theaters know my special is cut and ready to distribute. If they want to hit me up, let's go." Adam Aaron followed this tweet up by saying, "Indeed, I do read my Twitter feed. I am old-fashioned. I haven't adjusted yet, calling it my X feed. Send me an email at amctheaters.com and give me both details and contact info." Finally, it looks like a deal is going to be made. Dane Cook said that he will be doing just that, and he is looking forward to chatting ways of continuing to bring new comedy endeavors coupled with AMC, keeping the fans thrilled, and of course, meeting Nicole Kidman. He says, "Speak soon." And to all the AMC Theaters fans, thank you for making today a wonderful one. This is major news for AMC. More and more are reaching out to partner with them, and this tweet just goes to show the revenue that AMC is about to bring in. AMC is exhibiting Taylor Swift The Eras Tour, and we are also, in quotes, the studio distributing the movie globally. Last weekend, it was the #1 movie on the planet, $92.8 million box office domestically, $123.5 million globally, and we are hoping for another big weekend this week too. Now, AMC Distribution now ranked number 53 of all time already, passing Amazon Studios and Sony/TriStar with just one film and over a little week into it. We may be within the top 50 after this weekend. This is actually insane. And remember, this is just with one movie, and AMC actually made it to the top 10 in 2023 for the top grossing of 2023, and the year's not done yet. This is only with one movie. Major news, bad news for short sellers. Now, GameStop, not looking good. 850,000 shares available to borrow, only 1,000 calls expiring in the money compared to 21,000 puts. That gamma ramp to the downside is still happening on GameStop. We hit the level we talked about right around $13.40. Basing off of this, this trend line trying to hold up on this wedge here. In my opinion, we are going to break lower. 1010, watch that level, and then 470 and 375 for a very, very bottom. This is the worst case scenario. I don't think GameStop will go lower, but just watch those levels. Let's say I am wrong and the SPY continues to dump even further. GameStop will most definitely come down to that level. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is all in my opinion. Now, another thing that makes me think the SPY is going to rally, the overall market is going to rally, is Bitcoin. Bitcoin just hit 30,000. It just brushed it and got rejected, but it is looking extremely solid. And we've talked about how Bitcoin correlates over to the equities market. And you can see when big money starts dumping money into this, it is somewhat a sign that the SPY will do well and will be entering a bull cycle. It's too early to speak. We're not out of the woods yet, but this is just what it looks like. Taking a look at these September-October cycles, we could just continue ripping like we saw back here or back here, or we may get this fake out like we saw back here. But even then, this is only temporary and it's to shake paper hands out, like I said, on the S&P 500, and then Bitcoin will continue to rally. Now, if you've never read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, make sure to go watch that. But the author of this book, someone who hates investing in the stock market and honestly is a very skeptical investor, even says Bitcoin is going to $135,000. And finally, Brett Harrison, who worked for FTX, also worked for Citadel prior, created fake tokens allegedly backed one-to-one by real stock. He is now behind the Bitcoin push with BlackRock, JP Morgan, etc. And here he is with Anthony Scaramucci, who is also pushing Bitcoin and also stating that this will drive the price to $330,000. Is this good or is this bad for crypto? You guys let me know in the comments down below. Now, moving on, we do have a huge earnings week ahead, and these are only the important ones, at least in some view. The major ones like Logitech, Philips, Coca-Cola, Microsoft, Google, Snap, Visa, Meta, Amazon, Intel, Ford, Chipotle, UPS, ExxonMobil, Chevron, and AbbVie. AbbVie is also a stock that I have in my long-term portfolio for my dividend portfolio, and some trades I'm holding going into this week are puts on Bank of America that were red but now are in the green coming into this week. And I do think banks are going to have a lot of problems over the next few weeks because money was disappearing from Wells Fargo bank accounts. If you guys do have Wells Fargo, let me know in the comments down below if you had that issue. Also, GameStop puts, just because I think it is going to go lower and I'm just hedging against my shares, I would obviously not sell those shares until we get the squeeze that we've been waiting for, obviously, just to make some money on the side to add more. And if you want to know the rest of my trades and the rest of my positions, guys, get in the Discord. The link is right under the video. I'm in there on the daily, so if you want to join and come talk with me and 500 of the most amazing people who talk stocks all day long and essentially just want to make money in the stock market like you, join the Discord. It's the cheapest one you will find on YouTube. Plus, we post gains, post losses, talk stocks, take some DGen bets, and we have options trading alerts in there, and there is new features coming, so there's no reason not to get in. That link is in the top of the description and pinned in the top comments. Also, guys, if you want up to 16 free stocks, free level 2 order book data, access to trading options, going long, going short, viewing other exchanges which could dictate how ours opens, which could help your trading strategy, and a customizable earnings calendar and more, use my link in the top of the description or pinned in the top of comments as well to download Moomoo. And once you sign up and make it a positive any amount, you will start earning benefits from there. And if you've already done it, have your dad, uncle, aunt, grandma do it, whoever, have your friend do it. Let them start earning free money from there. Overall, guys, hopefully you enjoyed watching the video or found value out of the video. Also, hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Make sure to pop in the Discord for this week going forward. Let me know your sentiment in the comments down below on AMC, the S&P 500 for this week. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.